Imagine waking up to a new day, the weight of yesterday still lingering like morning fog. Your mind buzzes with thoughts, some urgent, some fleeting, most uninvited. They pull you toward worry, distraction, or doubt before you've even had your coffee. This is where most people live, caught in a cycle where their mind leads them, not the other way around. But what if you could change that? What if you could step into the driver's seat of your thoughts, steering them toward clarity, purpose, and strength? This is the story of that transformation. A journey to master your mind, one choice at a time, to build a life that reflects your deepest potential. Chapter 1. The Battle for Control. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast forest, your mind a winding path stretching into the distance. Every morning you step onto this path, but without a map, your thoughts wander into thickets of worry or dead-end trails of distraction. This was my reality for years. I'd wake up with good intentions, only to find my mind racing, replaying an argument from yesterday, fretting over a deadline, or scrolling through endless notifications. By noon, I was exhausted, not from work, but from mental chaos. I realized something profound. Success doesn't start with what you do, it starts with what you think. Taking control of your mind is like taming a wild horse. It's powerful but unruly, capable of carrying you far if you learn to guide it. Most people never try. They let their thoughts gallop wherever they please, chasing fears or fleeting pleasures. But you can choose differently. You can decide to command your mind, not with force, but with intention. How to begin the battle? Notice the chaos. Spend a day tracking your thoughts. Write down what pulls you away. Maybe it's a nagging worry about what someone thinks, or a habit of checking your phone. Awareness is the first step to control. Choose your focus. Not every thought deserves your attention. Imagine your mind as a stage. Only let the thoughts that serve your goals take center stage. Push the rest into the shadows. Set a daily anchor. Each morning, write down one priority. It could be as simple as stay calm in today's meeting, or focus on my writing for an hour. This anchor keeps your mind from drifting. Guard the gates. Your mind is a sacred space. Be ruthless about what you let in. If the news stresses you out, limit it. If social media pulls you into comparison, mute it. Feed your mind ideas that strengthen you. Books, conversations, or quiet reflection. Practice small wins. Start with 5 minutes of focused thought each day. Sit quietly, think about your goals, and notice when your mind wanders. Gently bring it back. This builds the muscle of mental discipline. I remember the first time I tried this. I sat with a notebook, determined to focus on my goals for just 10 minutes. My mind fought back, tossing up random worries about bills and deadlines. But each time I noticed, I redirected my thoughts to what mattered. It felt awkward, like learning to ride a bike, but over weeks, I started to feel in charge. My days became less scattered, my decisions sharper. The battle for control begins with one thought. Choose it wisely. Chapter 2. The Art of Staying on Course. Imagine you're sailing a ship across a stormy sea. Waves of distraction crash against you. Urgent emails, a buzzing phone, a fleeting worry about tomorrow. Without a steady hand on the wheel, your ship veers off course, lost in the chaos. This is how most people live their days, tossed by every notification or passing thought. But you can learn to steer through the storm, keeping your focus on the horizon that matters. Focus isn't something you stumble upon, it's something you protect. I learned this the hard way during a project that demanded my full attention. I'd start strong, but within minutes, I'd be checking my phone, or ruminating on a colleague's offhand comment. Hours slipped away, and I had little to show for it. The problem wasn't time, it was my wandering mind. Success belongs to those who can stay locked in, even when the world screams for their attention. How to stay on course. Define your North Star. Each day, ask, what's the one thing that will move me closer to my goals? Maybe it's writing a chapter, preparing for a presentation, or simply being present with your family. Clarity keeps you anchored. Know your weak spots. What pulls you off track? For me, it was my phone. I started leaving it in another room during work hours. Identify your triggers, social media, self-doubt, or overthinking, and create barriers against them. Build a focused routine. Start your day with a plan. Set one goal and break it into small, actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to write, commit to 500 words before lunch. Structure tames chaos. Return, don't react. Distractions will come. A text, a worry, a loud neighbor. Don't fight them. Just notice and return to your priority. I keep a sticky note on my desk that says, "Come back." It's a reminder to refocus without self-judgment. Rest with purpose. A tired mind wanders. Schedule short breaks to recharge, stretch, breathe, or step outside. But don't let breaks become escapes. Return to your work refreshed, not distracted. One morning, I decided to test this. I turned off notifications, set a timer for 25 minutes, and focused solely on drafting an email that had been stressing me out. The urge to check my phone was strong, but each time it arose, I took a deep breath and returned to the task. By the end of the day, I'd accomplished more than I had in weeks. Focus isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. Keep steering toward what matters, and the storms will lose their power. Chapter 3: Crafting a Belief That Carries You. Picture yourself standing before a mirror, not looking at your reflection, but at the story you tell yourself. For years, I saw a version of myself shaped by doubt. You're not ready, you'll fail, others are better. These weren't my beliefs. They were echoes of old failures and other people's voices. I realized that belief isn't something you inherit, it's something you build. And if you don't choose it, life will choose for you, often to your detriment. Your beliefs are the foundation of your actions. If you believe you're capable, you'll take risks. If you believe you're unworthy, you'll shrink from opportunities. Crafting a strong belief is like forging a sword. It takes intention and fire, but it becomes your greatest weapon. How to build your belief. Choose your story. Sit down and write the belief you want to live by. Mine became, I am capable of growing through any challenge. It doesn't have to be grand, just true to who you're becoming. Protect your mind. Not everyone supports your belief. I once shared my dreams with a friend who laughed them off. I stopped seeking validation from those who didn't see my vision. Surround yourself with people who respect your growth, even if they don't understand it. Prove it through action. Belief grows through doing. When I started small, writing 100 words a day, showing up to meetings prepared, I saw proof of my capability. Each action reinforced my belief. Keep it visible. Write your belief on a note, and stick it where you'll see it daily. Your desk, your mirror. Say it aloud. I whisper mine each morning. I choose growth. It's a reminder to stay true. Stand firm in doubt. Hard days will test you. When a project failed, I felt my belief waver. But I reminded myself, this setback doesn't define me. Return to your belief, even when it feels shaky. Belief isn't a fleeting feeling, it's a choice you defend. The day I decided to believe in my potential, my actions changed. I stopped hesitating and started showing up. Your belief shapes your future. Choose one that lifts you higher. Chapter 4: The Morning Ritual of Renewal. Imagine your mind as a canvas, painted with the colors of yesterday. Smudges of stress, streaks of doubt. Each morning, you have a choice. Carry that cluttered canvas into the day, or wipe it clean and start fresh. I used to stumble out of bed, already overwhelmed, checking emails before my eyes fully opened. My days felt like a race I was losing. Then I discovered the power of a morning reset, a ritual to reclaim my mind before the world could. Your morning is a sacred moment, a chance to set the tone for everything that follows. A deliberate reset aligns your thoughts with your purpose, giving you strength to face the day's challenges. How to create your morning ritual. Pause before you start. Don't touch your phone first thing. Sit up, take 5 deep breaths, and center yourself. I do this on my balcony, letting the morning air ground me. Ask powerful questions. Reflect for a few minutes. What kind of person do I want to be today? What's my one priority? Write the answers. For me, it's often, be patient and focus on writing. Clear yesterday's noise. If you're carrying stress or regret, acknowledge it, then let it go. I visualize dropping those thoughts like stones into a river. Set your intention. Decide how you'll think today. Mine is, I'll focus on what I can control. This becomes your mental compass. Make it a habit. Consistency is key. Even on tough mornings, I spend 5 minutes resetting. Over time, it's become as automatic as brushing my teeth. One morning, I woke up anxious about a looming deadline. Instead of diving into panic, I sat with my notebook and wrote, "Today, I'll tackle one task at a time with clarity." That small act shifted my entire day. I worked steadily, not frantically. Your morning ritual is your chance to lead your mind before life leads it for you. Chapter 5. Slaying the Shadows of Doubt. Picture doubt as a thief, slipping into your mind unannounced. It whispers, "You're not enough," or "Why bother?" I've felt it countless times, before a big presentation, after a rejection, or when comparing myself to others. These weak thoughts are sneaky, disguising themselves as truth. If you let them linger, they steal your momentum, your confidence, your progress. The key is to slay them the moment they appear. Weak thoughts thrive on hesitation. The longer you entertain them, the stronger they grow. I learned this when I nearly abandoned a project because a voice in my head said, "You're not qualified." I caught it just in time, replacing it with, "I'll learn as I go." That shift saved the project, and my confidence. How to slay weak thoughts. Spot them fast. Train yourself to notice doubt or fear the moment it arises. For me, it's a tightening in my chest. What's your signal? Don't debate. Weak thoughts love a debate. Don't argue. Just say, "This doesn't serve me," and move on. Replace with truth. Swap the weak thought for one that aligns with your goals. Instead of "I'll fail," try, "I'll do my best and grow." Know your triggers. My doubts spike before new challenges. When I know a trigger's coming, I prepare by repeating, "I'm ready to learn." Act against doubt. Action kills fear. When doubt told me I couldn't write, I wrote one sentence, then another. Each step proved the doubt wrong. Slaying doubt isn't about feeling fearless. It's about acting despite fear. Every time you reject a weak thought, you build a stronger mind. You become someone who doesn't fold under pressure but rises through it. Chapter 6. Becoming your future self. Close your eyes and picture the person you want to be in 5 years. Maybe they're confident, disciplined, living a life of purpose. Now ask, how do they think? What do they focus on? That version of you isn't waiting in the future. They're built in the present, through the thoughts you choose today. I used to think success would change how I saw myself, but I learned it's the opposite. Change your thinking and success follows. Thinking like your future self means adopting their mindset now. When I started my writing journey, I imagined a version of myself who wrote with ease and impact. I began thinking like her, focusing on progress, not perfection, and letting go of self-doubt. Slowly, my actions aligned with that vision, and my reality shifted. How to think like your future self. Define the vision. Write a vivid description of who you're becoming. How do they handle setbacks? What do they prioritize? Mine is, she's calm under pressure and focused on growth. Align your thoughts. When faced with a challenge, ask, how would my future self think about this? Choose thoughts that match their strength and clarity. Practice daily. Catch thoughts that belong to your old self, fear, hesitation, excuses, and replace them with your future self's mindset. It's like trying on a new identity. Protect your growth. Some people will cling to the old you. Politely distance yourself from those who undermine your vision. Surround yourself with those who see your potential. Act the part. Take actions your future self would take, even small ones. If they're a writer, write daily. If they're a leader, speak with confidence. Each action builds the bridge to who you're becoming. The day I started thinking like my future self, I stopped waiting for permission. I wrote my first article, shaky but determined. Each word was a step toward her. Your thoughts shape your identity. Think like the person you're becoming, and you'll start living as them. Epilogue. The power of one thought. Your mind is a battlefield, a canvas, a ship's wheel. Every day you face a choice. Let your thoughts run wild, or take control and steer them toward your dreams. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about choosing one strong thought over a weak one focused moment over a distraction, one belief that lifts you higher. I've walked this path, stumbling at times, but each step has made me stronger, clearer, more in charge of my life. You don't need a perfect environment or endless motivation. You need discipline, built in quiet moments when no one's watching. Start today. Reset your mind each morning. Reject out the moment it whispers. Focus on what matters, and think like the person you're destined to be. One thought at a time, one choice at a time, you'll build a life that reflects your strength. A life you lead, not one that leads you.